Roisin, I suppose the dust has settled on Tokyo 2020. You know, to score a goal in your very first game in the Olympics, there must have been some feeling, and the whole event. What's your recollection or what's your thoughts on it now?
Yeah, it's a bit surreal now. A couple of weeks later, we got into the Olympic Village about 5 days before the event started, and thank God we had those 5 days to soak it all in, because it was just incredible to see athletes from all over the world, all different shapes and sizes, the best of the best, and it was really cool to be part of that. And once we got started then on the hockey, yeah, it was really special to score a goal, but I've been told that I should have scored a lot more. But look, it was a phenomenal experience, and just so grateful that the games actually went ahead. And it was a fantastic summer.
Yeah, that must have been difficult in the background, wondering would it go ahead, the fact it was delayed 12 months. Looking back now, I mean, it obviously did take place, but was there much uncertainty from your point of view, trying to prepare, but maybe that bit of doubt in the background as well?
Yeah, I suppose there's two ways to put it. You know, we're lucky in one sense that we had actually already qualified, so we didn't have that concern lingering as we trained away, but on the other sense, we didn't know if the games were going to happen. So we were just, again, being part of a team. I think you're lucky to have people around you that you can share your concerns, and you know, everybody's kind of feeling the same. And then once it got the go ahead, we just tuned out all the media, to be honest, and all the different rumours, and you just have to plan that it's happening. So our preparation was great, considering you know, I think the exterior actually really suited us, and that we were in a better position. Obviously the results didn't go our way, and we're a bit disappointed with how we did, but at the same time, you know, hopefully we'll build and we'll grow, and it won't be the first hockey team at an Olympics, or the last, I should say.
Elite sport, it's all about small margins, isn't it? You know, you look at India and how they progressed eventually in the competition. I mean, small margins between making the knockout and maybe competing for a medal.
Yeah, exactly. I think when you look at hockey, you know, the Dutch are ranked 1 in the world, and after that ranking doesn't really come into it too much. You know, there's any team can beat any team on its day, and the Indians, in some ways, you know, it's been an incredibly difficult year over in India as well, but for their squad, they were able to come together and live together for 6 months to protect themselves, and you could see the impact that 6 months had on them as well. They were fitter and stronger, so they performed really well coming forth overall. But yeah, it was a challenging experience. We had 5 games in 8 days in crazy heat and humidity, but that's what everybody was dealing with. But it was great to compete against the best and to see where we were.
You're used to playing team sport, but being part of Team Ireland, meeting people from other sports, people you might have admired, maybe, you know, seeing them on TV and whatever, getting to meet them, chat with them, you know, teams from other countries, other sports, other disciplines. What was all that like?
Yeah, to be honest, that actually blew my mind. That was the real honour of my life, representing Team Ireland, because, as you said, even when we were coming out after our own games, I know after our Germany game we were disappointed how it ended, and we were back in our changing room in the ice baths, and we were looking at the boxing, wondering how, I think Aidan was boxing, how he was getting on, and you know, there was just such a great team atmosphere. We were in the same 2 buildings in the village, and it was just a great honour, yeah.
Obviously you're back home now. Are you back? I know you're a teacher by profession. Are you back doing a bit of teaching, or what's the plan there for a while?
That's the plan, to get back into the classroom as we start another Olympic cycle. But we actually have a World Cup to qualify for next summer, so in 4 weeks' time we have a big qualifier in Italy, and that's a must win. There's 8 teams going to be there, and you need to win to qualify for the World Cup. So hopefully once we get over that, whichever way it goes, I'll get back into the classroom come November.
I mean, having won a silver medal at the last World Cup, you know, I mean, you really will absolutely give it everything, won't you, obviously, to get back there again.
Yeah, and I think the Olympics probably showed as well just how special the World Cup was, getting that silver medal. You know, it really was absolute madness that we were able to achieve something of that calibre. But as you said, you know, it's hard to believe that London was 3 years ago now, and that we'll be back again for another World Cup. Fingers crossed we'll qualify.
And I suppose, given the extraordinary times we live in, it's only a 3-year turnaround to the next Olympics in Paris in 3 years, so short space of time. So I'm sure, you know, once the qualifiers are out of the way for the World Cup, and hopefully they go well, you know, there'll be some thoughts turned to the Olympic Games, the qualification there again.
Well, that's it. You know, every cycle is based upon the Olympics. That's the pinnacle. That's the end of the cycle. But we'll take it 1 month and 1 year at a time. Just,
you know, something the Mayor touched on in his speech about women's sport. You know, 3 of the 4 competing Limerick athletes at the Olympics were women. We had Roisin Upton in the Paralympics, and you know, people often talk about how there's a dropout amongst female participants in sport in their teenage years, but it's remarkable from a Limerick point of view, I suppose, to have such strong female participation in the Olympics and Paralympics.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, and you can see that the array of sports that we all play as well shows the strength of sport in Limerick. I love to say that Limerick is the sporting capital of Ireland, because we just offer such a wide range of sports. And I think this year was our biggest contingency ever at Olympic Games, and we had over 100 athletes competing in new sports that we've never competed in before. So hopefully young girls and boys can see that there's so many different routes and so many different opportunities now, and there's so many different role models. So the sky is the limit.